Ooh wee. Oh my goodness, Microsoft. Microsoft. I love how you made me come out of my vacation all fucking confused and depressed and sad. I was having a great time when I was over in Barbados, my homeland, catching up after not being there for 10 fucking years, not being in my homeland, just checking up on the place, seeing how much has changed and how little it has changed. And then going to Colombia and drinking like fucking pina colada 24/7 and going to parties and shit and trying to run away from Colombian women because they looking like supermodels. And I see Microsoft out here fucking just like raising the price in this shit, and everyone's losing their mind, bruh. Like, what the fuck is going on? Oh man. But for those that don't know who I am, my name is Mr. Degenerate. I do apologize on the lack of videos lately. Again, I was on vacation, but then I came back, and as soon as I come back, I hear really shitty news that Microsoft has raised the price of the Xbox Game Pass. In particular, the Ultimate Edition, the Ultimate subscription service part. That one has been raised to 30, which was originally $20. That is a 50% price increase, and everyone's up in flames and up in arms. Some people literally are canceling their subscription. It got to the point where people was literally making the fucking Microsoft storefront like crash. It was so hilarious. And then you had these goofy ass people from GameStop talking about like, oh, they're raising the prices of Game Pass, but you can buy your games for $30 and keep it forever. I'm like, if y'all don't sit y'all goofy ass down. But nah, all jokes aside, it's funny to hear them cut ass. So it's like, what the fuck are you doing, Microsoft? And I'm just sitting here like, damn. I'm kind of shocked at my gamers. I'm kind of shocked at you guys. Because this was honestly inevitable. like Thanos when he was about to snap his hand in Endgame and he was like, I am inevitable. That was the Game Pass price rising for me. Like, I knew this shit was gonna happen regardless. This was inevitable. This was like a no-brainer shit that was gonna happen. So everyone's that is up in arms, I'm kind of like scratching my head. I'm like, why are y'all so surprised about this? Like, it's a no-brainer. And I say this as someone who is a big advocate for the Game Pass. I love Game Pass. Like, I am the Game Pass whore. All right, I will suck Game Pass off until I die. I love Game Pass. It is really an amazing deal. It's like a no-brainer deal. If you're a gamer, you should have Game Pass. Game Pass is just fucking amazing. You're literally playing all their exclusive titles for free for only $20 a month. You're playing a bunch of games. They're coming in and out of the store for free for only $20 at the time. It was a no-brainer deal, bro. No-brainer deal. Many of times I have used that service to kind of just check out if I'm interested in this game, and then, oh, okay, I'll buy it and whatnot. But raising it $30, how on the other hand, that is like kind of confirms what a lot of people were speculating, was that Game Pass is not really sustainable. A lot of people have been saying this, and I've been feeling this way. If they had to raise it this $30, that means it's not that profitable in the long run. It's probably profitable for the fucking like publishers and developers maybe, but in the long run for the Xbox ecosystem, it's not profitable. Because there's no possible way. Like, if it was raised like $21, $22, I don't think people would have been outraged. But fucking $30? Oh my goodness. But none of this should be surprising. And I'm gonna break down why none of this should be surprising. You know why this shit shouldn't be surprising to any of us? Because of what Microsoft did and what Phil Spencer and the team have done. They literally bought the biggest video game developer in existence as of this moment. They bought Activision. And Activision has tons of fucking games under their belt. But the most important fucking game they have is Call of Duty. Call of Duty is the biggest franchise, video game franchise. Everybody knows about this Call of Duty fucking video game. And everyone plays this shit. I don't, because I don't give a fuck about Call of Duty. But the moment that deal went through, I said to myself, there is no way with how awesome the Game Pass subscription is and how consumer friendly that shit is. There was no possible way. With Call of Duty being in the mix now, there's no way you could keep that shit $20. You have to raise the price. You're gonna raise the price. And so said they did. And the proof was in the pudding because last year, when Call of Duty officially came to Game Pass, they lost $300 million in revenue. If I'm not mistaken, I'll have to reread the article, but that's pretty much what they lost. And that's a lot. Like, that's not good. And that's because Microsoft has convinced their audience, convinced people to like don't buy games. And I've been guilty of this too. I don't know when the last time I purchased an Xbox game. Like Xbox exclusive game. Matter of fact, I could tell you, like, it was Hi-Fi Rush. Hi-Fi Rush was the last game from Xbox I put down full price money on. But after playing it on Game Pass. And what happened to that studio? It got shut down. You know, it got shut down by Microsoft. All these mergers and acquisitions that Microsoft done, as much as it is giving them more ammo to use and create and, you know, be able to push the Game Pass, it hasn't really worked out in the long run for them, in a sense of, hey, like, we're able to keep all our video game companies together. Like, even this year, we lost the team who was working on the Perfect Dark game. And it's like, just dumb shit like that. And then the raising of the prices of consoles. Now, granted, all the big threes are doing this because of tariff and other situations that's going on in the world right now that's making it difficult. And, like, you know, like, it's just fucking expensive now in the day and age we live in. But without anything to back it up with. You know, they're not backing it up with anything really. So for me, I'm looking at Game Pass and I'm looking at this price range and I'm like, this is a bad timing for you guys to announce a price range. A game that I was looking forward to got canceled. You're raising the price of a console that you're basically telling people you don't really need anymore because of cloud gaming and all this stuff. And you really haven't dropped any game that is like really like, holy shit, this is the system seller, or this is the game you need to play. This is the game that everyone's talking about. Nothing they have put out have been like that. You know, I have not seen it this year. For me personally, you know. So I'm looking at this Xbox, you know, Game Pass price upgrade, and I'm like, now we have to ask our question, and I need to ask my subscribers and my audience this question: what is in the Game Pass that's gonna make you pay a 30-month subscription? Like, what in the Game Pass subscription service is gonna make you pay for it? Because me personally, I can only speak for myself. Nothing in the Game Pass subscription is worth it to me. As someone who likes to own their games, it's right as of right now, it's not worth it. You know, I know they're coming up with new games and more new games are coming, but you know, like fucking Outer Wilds 2, I don't care about that game. You know, that's probably cool for dough, for people who are cool that like it, but I don't give a fuck about that game. Ninja Gaiden 4, that's a game I'm gonna want to own, so I don't even need a Game Pass to know that I want that game. That's automatically like I'm purchasing that shit. The only game I could think of out of the top of my head that I'm down to get when it comes out on Game Pass, or would make me want to get it for Game Pass, is Clockwork Revolution, the game that they showed off at their last conference. Like, that's the only game that I would personally be down to play. Call of Duty, I don't care about Call of Duty. You know, unless my friends ask me, but even then, I don't care for Call of Duty. Call of Duty's never been a franchise for me, personally. That's speaking up the wrong tree. Maybe Doom the Dark Ages, but again, that's a game I want to own. I own all the Doom games. Every single one of them I own on PC. So why would I want, again, what is the point of your subscription service now? You know, back in the day, it was cool to own this shit because you can use it as a demo. And you could just go pick what games and play for a little bit and then be like, oh shit, like I want to own it. Now I'm just kind of like, for a month. And then for me, I usually get the year subscription. But now you raise the price. I could hardly imagine what the year subscription is going to be. I think it's going to be like $360 for a year. Not everybody's going to be playing fucking video games for that long to play all these games, you know. Not everyone's gonna be buying it or using every single game they see on the subscription service for as long as they have the subscription service. You're probably gonna play 2, maybe 3 games on the subscription service, and that's it. Unless you don't have a fucking life, that's what you're gonna be using. Like 2 to 3 games minimum. Like, again, I can only see this being worthy if it's like a game that I'm kind of like on the fence and I really want to try it out, so I'll probably pay the $30. But even then, I'm kind of like, I don't really find this is like a great value. It's going to be for the eye of the beholder. Like, do you think this is a worthy like subscription service? And then, you know, Microsoft can sit there and say, well, we added all this cool stuff. We added fucking Ubisoft Classic Plus. And I'm here like, I don't give a fuck about Ubisoft games. Like, I gotta be real. Ubisoft has not done anything recently that has made me excited. And to play classic Ubisoft games, that's cool and all. That's great. And I did see that they have a few of the old Assassin's Creed games. That's cool. Guess what? I own all the Assassin's Creed games. If you add up all the Assassin's Creed games on that fucking subscription service, you can literally get most of those shits for less than like 30 to like 60, 100 at the minimum. You can own all of them. There's always sales for the Assassin's Creed series. So what are we talking about here? So it's like, why would I want to just like not own, if I'm an Assassin's Creed fan, why would I not want to own the Assassin's Creed games? Do you see the weirdness of the subscription service? Then they was like they have the Fortnite crew, where it's like, oh, you subscribe to this platform and you're gonna get like money and shit, and it's like, what are we doing here? What are we doing here over at Xbox? Like I don't give a fuck about like Fortnite. Like, come back to me when you motherfuckers add Dante to Fortnite. Maybe then you'll get me to play it. But I'm never touching that. So again, why is it that we're forced to have these other additions? These additions to the Ultimate subscription that we don't want or don't need. Why is that? And then also they have EA Play on that shit. Get that bullshit out of my face. I don't give a fuck about no EA game. Like, fuck me. What was the last EA game I played? Oh, wait, no. I just remembered. Fucking the last EA game I played was Dragon Age The Veilguard. And I fucking did not like that game. So, what are we talking about here? Microsoft. What are we talking about here? Again, just adding shit to the fucking program that I don't want. Why not make another tier for this shit? I just don't fucking get it. And then they took away discounts on DLC. So God forbid you're like someone who really likes the Game Pass subscription and you want to, but you don't want to care to own the game, but you love the game enough to want to purchase into the DLC. Well, now there's no discount. What are we doing here? I just think this is a bad call on Microsoft point, and it makes me wonder, and I'm hearing rumors, but I'm kind of like curious. Is this their way of kind of exiting the console space? Now, I don't think they're gonna do it. I'm gonna be real. I don't think they're gonna do it no time soon. I think they got way more energy in the tank they want to juice out yet. But I can look at Microsoft saying like, hey, the higher ups at Microsoft being like, hey, we tried this console shit. It's too much. We sinking a lot of money into it over the years. We don't care about it no more. We leave that to fucking, PlayStation and Nintendo. We leave it to those cats. We're just gonna be a subscription only service, and we're gonna own our own. We're gonna have our first party games, but that's about it. We're gonna go the way of Sega, and that's it. I can see them doing that. I can see them saying that, and I think that's gonna happen. I think in a few years they're gonna be like, fuck the consoles. I think if we're complaining about the price hike right now, imagine in a few years. Because I believe, and this is just, again, I'm throwing out just like theories and shit. I believe years down the line, or they're gonna put the Game Pass subscription service to Nintendo and PlayStation, especially PlayStation, because we're already seeing how PlayStation fans be claiming they don't like Xbox games, but yeah, a bunch of those motherfuckers be playing that shit. So again, like, I think when it comes on to Microsoft, I think the way they're going about things, and I've been praising them a lot, I really love Game Pass, but the way how they've been going at shit lately has just not been good for them. It's not been good. It just feels like they just given up, and they already, Phil Spencer kind of admitted years ago that they kind of given up, but it just feels like even more like, you would think to win people over, you would do everything in your power to listen to people, and it's just like they've done the opposite. It's just raising the price, and they put most of their games on PC day one. Not even on this subscription service. They said, okay, we're gonna stop putting games day one. They're putting all their games still day one. Just doing absolutely crazy shit. So this $30 decision, I just don't think I don't think this is something they could just scoff at and be like, oh, well, this is not too bad. Like, I think the silver lining about this whole shit is that if you are still subscribed to their subscription service as an ultimate ultimate member, from what I gathered, you are still going to be able to only have to pay $20 a month. But for newcomers like myself who constantly are in and out of the system, you have to pay a full price, the $30. And again, nothing what they've said or nothing what they've shown has really enticed me as an audience, as a consumer, to go into the Xbox Game Pass. I think it's gonna be something that I'll check out. I think that's gonna be for most people. They're gonna check it out when there's a game, Xbox exclusive game. But then as soon as they're kind of done, or they just don't think of it too much, they're gonna delete that shit. Because $30, when you're doing subscription service, when it's a subscription service for like $5, $10, $15, maybe $20, you're not gonna scoff at it. But $30, you're gonna be like, oof, that gonna hurt your wallet. You're gonna be like, oh. And then you got other subscription service, you're gonna be like, nah, I gotta get rid of this shit, So I don't think this was a good idea, and at a time where like PlayStation has kind of gotten lazy, Ghost's Yote is fucking out. It's cool. I love it, but it's just kind of like, I feel like competition breeds creativity, and because Microsoft isn't doing shit and now like shooting themselves in the foot even more with cancellations, raising the prices of things, I can just imagine what the fuck PlayStation's thinking over there. You just imagine them motherfuckers just sitting there like, well, shit, we don't gotta even like throw out like the next Wolverine game. Shit, we can postpone that shit till 2027. All right, we don't gotta throw out no games. What Xbox got that's gonna make us throw out any game? What's gonna entice us to try? This is the mentality I've been feeling a lot with PlayStation, but that's a whole another side tangent that I'm not gonna get into. But all I'll say is this to wrap up this video: this whole price range of Xbox raising the price of the Game Pass Ultimate, this shit is just stupid. It was inevitable. We all knew it. There's no possible way you can fucking tell me that with all the games that they have, all the companies that they own, and all the revenue that they own, that it wasn't gonna eventually raise the price for this fucking subscription service. But at the same time, now that you have raised the price, Xbox, now the value of it is not really worth it, in my humble opinion. Unless you are really gonna sit there and pay and play a bunch of games back to back to back, I don't think the $30 is really worth it. At least for me personally. Not a lot of games are on Xbox that I kind of want to play, use the subscription. And as someone who likes to own their games, whether it be physically or digitally, why would I want to use a subscription service to kind of like just play a game and just don't own it, like, for more money, when I could just purchase the fucking full price game and own it for all eternity until like some bullshit happens to me or something. I don't know. But I just feel like Microsoft's shooting themselves in the face. I think this was inevitable, but to do it so drastically, and especially when you really barely have that much games that's really enticing people, you raise the price, and also you let go of studios a lot recently. This is just bad news, and I can just imagine years down the line that the Xbox brand is no more. It's probably just gonna go in the route of Sega, where it's just like, here's your digital subscription service, here, and it's for $60, and that's it. Oh, and by the way, it's on Xbox, it's on PlayStation, and it's on Nintendo. That is it. And if that happens, it's gonna be a really sad day for us gamers. Not even Xbox fans. Xbox fans, nah. Xbox fans, nah. You guys are not gonna. You're not the only ones that are gonna feel that pain. Fucking us PlayStation fans, Nintendo gamers in general should not be happy about this shit. This shit will lead to the death of fucking Xbox. And if the death of Xbox happens, which I pray it doesn't happen, then oh boy, it's gonna be a sad day for fucking PlayStation fans. It's gonna be a really sad day. Because you already see how fucking PlayStation acting. Imagine what's gonna happen if Xbox is not there. But I digress. That's gonna do it for my video. I'm sorry if this was long. I'm starting to get back into the groove of things. So please forgive me if some things ain't all too right. But please post your comments down below. Let me know, what do you think about this whole Xbox Game Pass price being raised? Are you still gonna stick with it, or are you canceling? What are you doing? Comment below and let me know. And as always, new videos are coming soon. It's your boy Mrs. Generate signing off. Have a good one. And also before I go, vote with your wallet. If you really don't want this shit to happen, if you really can't stand this shit, vote with your wallet. Companies only listen to when you stop purchasing their product. So, take that as you will, because Microsoft needs a kick in the fucking face.